Hello, this is Snow White with my Bigfoot Diary, Part 16. And this will cover September 2016. September 3rd. Today my husband and I walked up to the bedding area. I took a ball and a banana to leave as gifts. I found sticks leaned up against the fence and new branches broken and left on the ground. There was also a large impression in the ground next to one of the branches, but I couldn't tell what it was from for sure. Here are pictures of that. Okay, the arrow is pointing to the impression, and it was kind of big, as you can see next to my foot. I don't think it was a foot impression, but maybe something was sitting there. So while I was making my way back in behind the bedding area, deeper into the woods, my husband said, "Shh, did you hear that?" He was standing over by the fence and probably around 30 or more feet from me. He had a different perspective and could possibly hear some things that I couldn't, especially while I was walking. But he said he heard heavy bipedal footfall in the leaves about 30 feet into the woods directly in front of him. And when he told me to shh, it stopped and then started again. I didn't hear it, but he was sure of it. September 4th. This was a Sunday. It's 3:09 p.m. I was taking a nap, and when I woke up and checked the porch, there was another tool returned. Wow, that was awesome. I swear they know when I'm taking a nap. They brought a wrench back this time. The one little Bigfoot doll was slightly moved as well. So you can see it was a little wrench. And notice that they're putting it at the place they return a lot of things. And there at the bottom, you can see the Bigfoot doll was moved just a little bit. September 7th. This morning I found the dice had both been moved and turned over from the number 1s to the number 5s. So you can see there in the bottom picture, nothing else was touched. Also, I went back to the bedding area to check on the stuff that I had left. The banana had just been recently, like that day, peeled and eaten. I could tell because it wasn't even brown yet, and the ball had been just slightly moved. I left an apple as another gift. So there you see the banana was peeled, and I put the apple right there. September 8th. This was a very exciting and mind-blowing day. Yesterday, I had put a Mancala game out on the railing. And here's how I set it up yesterday. Okay, so I put 10 game pieces on each side, and I put 2 of each color together in pairs. I took the light blue one from the left side and I put it in the first hole. And this is how the rest of the railing looked. And here's how I found it this morning. As you can see, they took game pieces and moved them into the holes, and they took the fitting and they put it in a hole. As you can see, they only moved the light blue game pieces. So they had placed the other light blue marble from the left side into the third hole, the fitting in the fourth hole, and one of the light blue marbles from the right side in the sixth hole. And they kept everything in the same row as where I had started it. They used all the same colors as I started with, except for the fitting, and they placed something in every other hole. I find this fascinating. This blew my mind. So apparently they can see color. And I don't know why they used the fitting instead of the other light blue game piece, but we'll just have to speculate on why they did that. September 10th, Saturday, 4:20 p.m. I went out to the porch to take a look around and found another tool returned. How many tools do they have? This is like crazy. So this makes at least 3 of my husband's tools that they took back in the middle of August. So I guess we'll see if there are any more. And here's the wrench that they brought back, and notice that they're putting it in that same spot on the railing where they've returned many things. September 11th. Today I walked down to the area between the dump and the entrance to Creepy Valley. I found some interesting stuff. I will show you some still pictures here, but a lot of what I found can be viewed in my video titled Rectangles, Squares, and X's. So going down a very steep hill which faces away from the bottom field and our house, I found a very large rectangle made of logs. On one corner of the rectangle is an X, and there were also 3 different sticks that I found stuck in the ground. I also found what looked like a foot impression on that same steep hill. So this is the far left side of the rectangle. This is the middle. And this is the right side. In the upper right hand corner is where it makes an X, and the arrow is pointing to the stick in the ground, which is just in front of the rectangle. And this is on a very steep hill, but it doesn't show that well in the picture. Okay, this was stick stuck in the ground, number 1. And stick number 2, stuck in the ground. And stick stuck in the ground number 3. Sure would love to know what those mean. And this is the foot impression, which was going up the hill. And this is my foot beside it, so I'm guessing it was somewhere around 12 inches, I would say, because my foot measures about 9 inches. September 13th. I walked to the part of the woods that is to the left of the dump area today. I found a snake skin draped over a little tiny branch on a tree. I don't think it was from a snake shedding its skin there, because it looked more like it had been placed, like it was draped over it. It was really strange, but it was really cool at the same time. September 17th. Saturday, 6:44 p.m. Another tool was returned to the porch. Geesh, like they must have taken the whole wrench drawer. This is the 4th tool that they have returned since their visit to the garage in the middle of August. As you can see here, I don't exactly know what that tool's called, but some kind of wrench, and they returned it to the same spot. We went on vacation at the end of September and returned home October 1st, so this is a short month. I have to say, though, they've taken a liking to tools. Thank you for watching.